Welcome back to another organized Christmas video. I am going to try my hardest this year to do the monthly Rudolph Club, and in this video I figured I would share some Christmas clips that I didn't share with y'all. This is my home decorated for Christmas. This was my favorite year of decorating my home for Christmas. I did spend a lot of money this year on Christmas decor, and I said that going into it. I said I wanted to revamp some stuff, so I was done with the buffalo check in my living room. I spent a lot of time in my living room last year, and it was just reminding me of my dad. For whatever reason, me putting it in the dining room and in the kitchen didn't feel the same. It was decorated completely different, so I was still able to use it, but it wasn't giving me that like heart-wrenching thought of this is where I sat for the entire holiday season last year just crying. We also redid a lot of our outside decor, so we grabbed a few, like the Mickey stakes, the lights in the bushes, the 2 blow molds, all that stuff was new. Casey asked for a Grinch themed room, and we kind of got a late start to it, so that's something that we will do for him better next year. And make it more Grinch themed. We did get a few pieces and just kind of went with that like bright nostalgic. That's kind of what he wanted. He wanted like the loud, obnoxious Christmas. So that's what we did for him. And then in Ellie's room, we did like the pinks again, but she is not a fan. She asked if we could redo it next year. She's kind of going more like boho-y in her room. So we will probably take some stuff that we have had throughout the house and put it in her room next year. We also decorated the bathroom. I got a very affordable set from Target this year and decorated the kids' bathroom, and I liked it. It was just a little pop of something, and I really want to say it was under like $25 to do all that. And then I just used a sign that I had, and it worked well, and I washed it all, and it looks like brand new. Ellie's room, like I said, was like all the pinks and stuff like that. And we did keep some of them, and we'll see what we use and what we don't use. And then my room, this was the first time I think I've like truly decorated my room, and I loved it. Now I threw out the honeycomb trees because I was like, this is just way too much for me to try to be saving. And they were very affordable. And I did get a few more houses like later in the season, but like I loved it. It was like, honestly, I could have left it up. It was almost like a wintry theme. I ended up getting some Christmas bedding. It was just really, really nice. I ended up going to my best friend's house in New Hampshire, and I decorated or helped her decorate her house, and it was so much fun. I wish I had a picture of her Santa tree. I wonder if she'll send me one. Maybe I can get one to put at the end of this video. But let's talk about what worked and what didn't work. So this year we decided to get a real Christmas tree in the living room. The kids, Casey really wanted it. We went on a Christmas tree hunt, and we found a tree that we can handle here that doesn't smell like skunks, if you get my drift, like the other ones do here. So we loved it. It was a really fun experience, and we will probably do it until the kids don't want to do it anymore. They had a lot of fun with it. We had a lot of fun with it, and it was literally like 20-30 minutes down the road. We had breakfast. We went and grabbed it. We will get a better stand. We really struggled with the stand this year. It kept falling over. So that's something that'll be a little bit different. And then we kept the dining room tree. No, excuse me. We kept the office tree. The dining room tree ended up not working out. It was down of all lights by the end of the season. I am done buying Michael's trees. They don't last. I have had a hell of a time with them. I have probably bought 3 or 4 Michael's trees since we've moved to Georgia. And now they're not expensive at all, but I won't do it anymore. So I will buy another pencil tree that is not lit. I mean, I'll buy a Michael's tree that's not lit. Like, their trees are beautiful. But I will not buy a lit tree from them. And then we found these lights from Amazon. They are on this tree, and they were on my other tree, and they're beautiful. Like, they look like a pre-lit tree, like the way that they fall, the way they light up. And you could probably do 2 of them on a tree if you wanted to. And it's beautiful. They twinkle, they do all kinds of different things. I really, really liked them. So definitely probably buying another Christmas tree for the dining room, not pre-lit, and then we will do a real one next year in the living room again. I would like to add on to our Mickey theme outside. I bought a few things this year, and we definitely want to add on to them. And I had mentioned earlier in vlogs that I wanted to add more Disney into the office. And so this year, at the end of the season, I did get the Disney Village for like $60. So that'll go on the 2 shelves in the office for next year. Loved the pops of gold I added. I added a lot of gold and like bells and things like that. And gold is not a typical color that I like. And I added a lot of them in and I love them. I love this new garland. When I did my best friend's house, we put that like viral garland, and I really like that. So I may get some of that too for next year. But overall, I don't think I'm going to have to buy a lot next year. I know I won't. I really streamlined in a lot of stuff and I really like what I was doing. Next year, it'll be more of a focus on like Ellie's room and then finishing up Casey's room. And then we'll decide what we do with Aubrey's room, where it's now kind of like a guest room. And then like maybe when she needs to come sleep over, but she's living at the beach. She doesn't want to come home. So we'll cross that bridge next year when we get there. Budget wise, I felt our budget was crazy. I think we spent a lot of money. However, the things that we bought were like clothing items, jewelry, things for their sports. It was a high budget, but it was within reason of having teens, preteens, things like that. I did spend a lot of money buying things for my job as I'm a para now. I will be a teacher next year. At this time, it's crazy to say. But you know, buying all those silly things for all the elf day and the this and the that, and then just remembering the little ornaments that I made with my students, because next year I will be doing this all on my own and creating ornaments for the kids and their families on their own. And that's just crazy to think. Starting off our Christmas morning with some Grinch donuts. And these are just from Krispy Kreme from Target.
He's a foot tall. And some kind of door knocks. Yeah, hilarious.
That's number 1, and that's it's like one of, you know how he has all of his, yeah, and look, he's got the string.
Honestly,
We're at the arcade. 5 minutes.
Awesome. Alright, so the string pulls the fan on and it turns on immediately while it's just up. We're like, that's not how fans work.
It's not a bar really, I don't think. I feel like it's more of like
Melts are like a grilled cheese, so it means it's like covered with cheese and melt all over together.
bro,
I think it's like, instead of buns, it's like bread.
Eating junk and eating rubbish shape. See the Plaza ice cream sundae $9.67. Ooh. What's the onion sauce? It's like a Chinese.
Do the McAllister meltdown?
Casey read somewhere that these were good and they're really good. What were they called?
I didn't even look at it.
Something. It's the nachos on the appetizer. Yeah, but they are spicy. So ask for without jalapenos if you can't handle it. Like her, Eliana. Look at Ellie. What? Turn and look at Dad.
Look at your hair.
Can you load? Or my phone thing is cold.
I love pico so much. Oh, it's literally just a sandwich. I thought it was like a... That's fun.
Yeah. It's like it's good.
So we did do some fun stuff. Like you just saw, we went to the Marietta Melt Yard and they had a like overtaking with Home Alone. It was super fun. We did not go look at Christmas lights this year besides just driving around when we went to places. And that was something that I wish we could have done, but I got super sick the last few weeks before break and into Christmas. So I didn't have it in me to do it. I was just not feeling well at all. So that is a regret. Next year, I think we would like to take like a mini trip, maybe up to Chattanooga and see there at Christmas. I've heard it's a lot of fun. We debated going to Stone Mountain, but I just felt like my kids were a little bit too old for it. We also thought about going to the gardens in Atlanta, but it was really expensive and we couldn't find a time that we could all do it and not be like rushing or trying to get someone back or whatever. So that was something we skipped on. But then as you just saw, we went big on our saran wrap game and it was a lot of fun. I really wanted Aubrey and Trevor to both be there. Unfortunately, it was just Trevor and his girlfriend, Ellie and Casey. Aubrey was getting ready to go to college. She's already gone to college since, but so she was really trying to like see all of her friends one last time and hang out with them all while they were together. So I get it. I understood it. It is what it is. So we had a good Christmas. I did not film as much as I usually do. I did not even film really a lot of it, but we had my mom over for Christmas Eve. So they opened some gifts with her and then we did the saran wrap game and we had some public subs. And then on Christmas morning, and Trevor and his girlfriend were over. On Christmas morning, we did like all the gifts. I think next year, Trevor is going to come over for Christmas morning. I think he's starting to realize being an adult is fun, but he's also missing his family. And I'm so glad I let him have his space and let him have his time to kind of grow up and be an adult. And, you know, it broke my heart a little bit just seeing him little bits here and there over the holidays, the last couple holidays. But he is really starting to come around more and realizing how much more family is to him and what he has at the end of life is family. That's all you have. You know what I mean? So, we will definitely do this again next year. It was a lot of fun. I almost wish I could like give them a budget or like, I mean, I'd have to give them the money, but be like, here's stuff, you know, X amount of money. Y'all all have to contribute to this. So this year, Trevor and his girlfriend kind of made out like bandits. But I figured out that I needed to roll it differently. Jeff commented on it, so we know what we can fix on that next year. But that is definitely something that we will do next year. I debated traveling again for the holidays as my kids get older and I get just a little bit more heartbroken that, you know, they're not around as much. But I don't think we will. I think we will enjoy these last few Christmases with the kids. I wouldn't be opposed to going somewhere like right after Christmas, like on the 26th or the 27th, but it's just so expensive that for me, I would rather just go on a more downtime and save money or like be able to go longer. You know what I mean? So overall, we had a very, very good Christmas. I really cannot complain. I am having to adjust my expectations as I'm getting kids that are older and turning into adults. And, you know, like I said to people, like jokingly, like I'm the boy mom, like I may not get to see my kids on, you know, a certain holiday or whatever, but, within therapy and stuff like that, it's helping me learn to cope and realize that like my kids are getting older, but it's just hard because I still have the little two. So I'm trying to make things as magical as I can for them and keep it for them like I did with the older two, but like school my feelings and my emotions and things like that. And I think that that's only something that you're going to understand when your kids get older. I never want to force my adult kids to come to my house, like, or, you know, at a certain time or whatever. I'm just like, hey, this is when we're doing things. You can come anytime you want. The door is always open. If you need to sleep over, you can, whatever. So that is something that will come, I think, with time. But I did love the way my house was decorated. I loved every time the kids came in and they would comment on it or their friends would comment on it. I felt like our budget was reasonable. I would like to maybe spend a little bit less next year, but I also realize that my kids are older. They're teens. It's just getting a little bit more expensive, but it also is taking away from my overall budget of things like clothing budgets and things like that. So then I know it's fine. It is what it is. I did buy tons of candy making stuff and we just did not get to it. It's just something that I don't think we're going to get to. Next year will be even harder because next year I graduate in the middle of the month. So I know the beginning of the month and in November, I'm going to be really in the height of my student teaching and like having to make sure that everything goes well with that. And I'm passing all those end of the class things and you know, I'm getting ready for all of that. We may have a graduation party. I haven't decided yet. I would really like one because I would love just to see everybody. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'll also be trying to fund a classroom. So I know that a lot of my budget is going to come to that. I also know that it'll be, will have then been a few months without me working. And I don't make a ton of money, but I save us a ton of money with the insurance. So who knows how our financial state will be next year. I mean, my husband makes more than enough money to support us, but you don't want to be letting go of a ton of money for Christmas when you can pare Christmas down. Christmas happens every year, so it's something that we need to plan on. So it's something that we budget for year round. But just also being aware that things are going to be a little bit different next year. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to say the least. It'll be fun, I'm sure. So I have kind of schooled my expectations, and I just have to decide, do I want to make time for candy? Do I want to make time to go out and see lights? And I think in the grand scheme of things, I would maybe like to buy like 1 or 2 things to make candies. I don't have to go crazy, or fudge or something like that. And then spend some time going somewhere and seeing lights, or spending a day with them, or even if we could get all of them to come and get the same day off or whatever and just do one fun event. I think that would be a lot of fun. And they know Dad and I will cover the cost of it. You just got to get there. So yeah, overall, I had a really great holiday season, minus the fact that I was so sick. I pray next year I'm not as sick, because it's getting really hard for me to be as sick as I am all the time. But I feel like we have fine-lined the things that we love in Christmas, and I am ready for 2025's Christmas. And so for the next few months, every month on the 25th of every month, I will do something Christmas focused on my channel. Whether it be working on budget, thinking ahead on things that I need to buy, thinking ahead on things I need to perfect. I know for me, I'm not doing it now, but I will probably start every month that I go out, just grab a couple things for this Saran Wrap game. It's never too early that if you see things for stocking stuffers, to grab them. It's never too early if you know that you're going to give your kids' teachers gift cards. Buy a $5 gift card when you go to Starbucks and throw it in a bin somewhere so that you have all those gift cards. And then it's almost like you have a little extra money in your Christmas budget because you've taken it, somewhere else, like out of your grocery budget or wherever, and then you have a little bit more money at the end of the holiday season that maybe you can go and buy yourself some new decor, or you can go and take the kids like on a fun little event that's Christmas themed or whatever. So I will definitely be trying to do this on the 25th of every month. Who knows what will come from it? But I hope you enjoyed my Organized Christmas series. I really did, and I felt like I was in a really good place for Christmas this year. And enjoy and have a good 2025.
Right when she puts those on, I'm starting. Got it. Oh wait, no I didn't.
Keep going out. Just rip.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Bro, can you not?
Oh, wait, Ellie, come on now.
This is where it's going to get back up with it.
Casey, move the thing, because she couldn't keep knocking it over.
Eliana, stop, Casey. Casey, stop. Put it on your hand. Cheater.
No, you cannot take them off.
Got it.
The key is before
Is anything hanging out? That blue thing's hanging out. She should get whatever that blue thing is.
Trash thing, is that hanging up too? Saran wrap on that? Or just stuck to it?
This blue thing.
No, that's still in there.
This is gray area. There we go.
Got it.
Okay, Ellie's not getting anything.
It's not, she's not getting anything.
Let her go
Well,
get it.
it's, I mean, it's, you gotta play
Look at all
fair.
this shit. Give her another one.
What is this?
Cotton candy.
She had plenty for Christmas. She's fine. She got,
Hey, you stop. You're ridiculous. Yeah, you're not moving. You're not moving. You're not jump it. Candy in. Doubles. Balls. I don't know, it's first time. What? This is the longest. Balls, wait. Oh, you guys are still up. Right, this is what I do. All right.